Hey everyone, it's Gabriel here and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm recording this video in my small hotel room in Dallas, Texas. And the reason I'm here is because I'm attending a marketing conference by High Level. And I want to first of all admit that I was an idiot because I could have recorded a video like this earlier before I fly to the US. But I just told myself, you know what, I'll just find some time to record. And because I've committed to my team that I'm going to upload one video, at least one video like this on YouTube, and one video that will serve my audience. And if you're receiving an email to watch this video, you know, I want to make sure I give the best value to you guys, right? I told my team that I'm going to record and shoot a video at least once a week, and so that they will edit and upload. And you know, last few nights I've been receiving a text from my team, where's the video?
So let me see it. Where is it?
Okay, because I didn't have time because I've been traveling a couple of places, and now attending the event is a full day event, so you know, I didn't have time to record, and now I only have like that 1 hour break where I came back to my hotel room and shooting this video right now. That's why I don't even have time to pack my room. I'm an idiot. But I promise you, don't judge the book by its cover. I promise you this video is going to be good. This video is going to show you how you can stay relevant and how you can consistently capture your customers' attention and make millions of dollars. And that's basically my secret, what I have done in the last couple of years to make millions of dollars by coming here to the US while being an idiot, okay? While not being a very smart person, okay? So this is something that every one of you can apply in any industry. So let me give you a backstory first, why I'm here in the US. So every year I come to the US, I do my best to come to the US to attend some kind of marketing conference, except for the years of COVID. And the reason why I did that, and this is the first secret, I'm gonna share with you guys two secrets. The first secret, how I make millions of dollars by not being very smart. It's simply coming here. And the reason why I come here is because I'm here to listen to other marketers, to listen to all the different marketing gurus and the big boys who's crushing it and killing it in the game. You know, these are people doing 8 figures or even 9 figures. And I'm here to learn all the tactics and all the strategy that they're doing and then bring it back to Singapore. That's it. Now, why did I do that? It's because I noticed, right, in terms of sales and marketing, the US is way ahead, okay? They may not be ahead in other things, but something that I would be very confident to say is that the way people in the US are pitching their products, selling, marketing their product and services is at another level. And there tends to be some kind of delay in whatever trend that's going on here. So something like, for example, they could be talking about funnels here in the States, and then it might take 2 or 3 years before it become popular in Singapore. And that's what I've been doing, okay? So I'm not smart. I just come here and I see what they are doing, what's working, and I just copy it, I just bring it to Singapore and apply it for my clients and teach my customers or teach my students. And that's how I make millions of dollars in the last couple of years, right? So that's the first secret. And how can you use this for yourself? Before I move on to the second secret, if you are in whatever industry, right, you don't have to actually come to the US like me every year. The reason why I want to come here is because it's also a good time for me to get away. I like immersive experience. I like to meet new people. I mean, a lot of times the learning comes from connecting with people. But what was I doing even before I came to the US? Because there was a time that I was broke, right? I had no money and I was $500,000 in debt for my last venture. And so I didn't have money to come to the US every year. And what I did was something similar. I basically followed whatever people were doing in the US in my industry, okay, in another country. So, because I started a digital marketing agency, so I started to kind of model and observe what people or what other digital marketing agencies were doing in the US, okay, and doing maybe in Europe or whatever, but the main people that I'm following, usually they are from the US. And so I'm looking at what they're doing, and again, whatever they're doing takes some time before it becomes popular in Singapore, and so I'll be the first to implement it. So how can you use this for yourself in whatever industry you're in, right? I know that many of you here are watching this. You know, you could be in the real estate industry, you could be a financial planner, you could be a fitness instructor, whatever industry you're in, right? Are you following the influencers? Are you following the authority in your industry in another country, right? Because a lot of times, like if you're a fitness person, you might be looking at just like Singaporean fitness coaches. But the problem with like a market like Singapore or like Southeast Asia is that generally it's a smaller country, right? Singapore is a smaller country. Southeast Asia is a bigger population, but it's like different languages, and again, like in terms of marketing skill set, they're not that far ahead. They're lagging behind compared to the States. So I'll look at what fitness influencers are doing in the States. Same thing like how did I actually help a few of my realtor clients generate millions of dollars? It's because I started looking at what US realtors are doing. Now, I understand that there are certain nuances that are different, right? Because regulations in the US, how we sell property in the US versus how we sell property in Singapore is different. I get it, right? The financial planning, the regulations, they're all different. I get it. The nuances are different, but the general principles are the same. Like for example, I know of a couple of realtors in Singapore that's making millions of dollars right now doing creative marketing. And that was actually something that wasn't very popular in Singapore, but it was already super popular in the US. There are already a lot of realtors who were doing home tour videos creative marketing and, making a killing from there. And that was a few years ahead before Singapore catches on. And those people who kind of like caught the trend, they brought it to Singapore, they started doing it in Singapore, they're making millions of dollars right now. So you see, you don't have to be very smart. You just need to kind of know where to look and know where to model. And so it kind of bugs me all the time, right? When I ask like some of my clients or I ask some of my software customers, who, for example, they are a financial planner. Do you know any, financial influencers, YouTubers in the States, outside of Singapore, especially some of those that are very popular, right? Like Stephen Graham, for example, who has like, so who has like millions of followers on YouTube, right? Meet Kevin, for example, millions of followers on YouTube. Like, are you following them? And I always get answers like, no. Like, I'll ask realtors, do you know who's Ryan Serhan? Are you following, this big millions of followers, these influencers with millions of followers in another country and what they're doing? And they will say no. They don't even know their name. And that bugs me all the time. It's like, how can you be in an industry and not know what your competitor is doing, especially overseas? Like, how can you be in an industry and not know what your competitor is doing? Right? Don't just look at a competitor locally, right? I mean, local is it's a very small market. Everyone's really looking at each other. There's nothing new. There's no new innovation. It's much easier to just look at what's going on, in another country. Okay? So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to start following these influencers, going to YouTube, going to Instagram, and start following them who's overseas and spot what are they doing right now. What are they testing? What are some new things that they're trying out? And if it works, they're going to keep doing it, and therefore you know that it's going to take a few years before it reaches Asia, or before it takes a few years before it reaches Southeast Asia, and you just model it, right? Now, if you're watching this from the US, you might be thinking, then Gabriel, I live in the US, how can I model someone overseas, right? Because based on what you just said, we're in Asia, I model someone in the US, I model someone in the West, because there's a time delay. What if I'm already living in the West? Okay, I have something for you as well, and that's the second secret. Okay, and this second secret also works even if you are in Singapore. Okay, and that is, don't just model people in the same industry. Let me give you an example. I'm here at this event, and this event is filled with a bunch of marketers from many different industries. Now, I run a digital marketing agency and I run a SaaS company, a software as a service. So, naturally, I would want to talk to people who are agency owners, how they're getting customers, how they're acquiring customers, how they're maximizing the value of their customers and whatsoever, or how to retain SaaS users. Naturally, I want to talk to people like that, but I also make it a point, and in fact, I make it a priority to talk to people in a different industry. Okay, so I just spoken to someone in the fitness industry, what they're doing to get customers in fitness industry. What people are doing in the dance. I just met two couples in that event earlier who runs dance studios, and they are now teaching other dance studio owners how to generate leads and how to free up classes. And another one is like hair salon, like someone, I think he helps like 200 over hair salons or 400, I can't remember the exact amount. And then the other one is like dentist, right, who's a marketer who helps only dentists generate customers. And so I like to talk to people in a very different industry, in a different niche, because I want to study what's going on in another industry, okay? A lot of times, if you're just modeling people within the same industry, it's kind of like in a box, right? Where it's the same idea going around. What helps a lot is that when I look at another industry and find what's working in another industry, and I ask myself, can I make this work for my industry? Now, you may not always get a yes for the answer, but when you do get a yes, and I promise you there will be opportunities that is a yes, okay? And these are usually like home run offers or home run ads, which means that it's going to do super well if you can model what they're doing in another industry and if it works for your industry. Let me give you one example. So this was actually how we did it when we were marketing for our real estate clients in Singapore and our financial planner clients in Singapore. We actually look at what the fitness industry is doing and then just model after, okay? And here's one real example that happened many years back. I'm not sure if you guys remember, like there was this time where there were a lot of like marketers or businesses that would like to do like those whiteboard doodles video, okay? I hope I can find maybe like a example to show you, but like a whiteboard doodle video explaining certain things. Okay, so it's like a hand, and then there's like a marker, and then like a whiteboard, and it's like explanation, right? So it's like a whiteboard explanation video. And so this was actually something that was made famous in the fitness industry. Like the first industry that started using this in their ads, in their marketing very well was the fitness industry. So when we saw that, right, we saw like, hey, like this works well for the fitness industry. Could it work for another industry? Because if it works well, now of course, explaining about fitness is definitely very different from explaining about financial planning. But the style of it, right, the whiteboard video, which is something new back then, okay, now it's overused, but it was something new back then. Could this have worked for financial planning? Could this have worked for real estate? And guess what? It did. So other industries started copying it, right? Other industries saw that, hey, that was a whiteboard explanation video, which is very good because we are creating an educational video. We are educating our customers first before asking them to sign up for our stuff or buy something. So it's kind of like the concept of value first. And the best way to explain something is through like a whiteboard animation. And so other industries started saying, hey, if this works for weight loss, maybe we could do something similar, right? So then you have financial planners started doing that, right? Financial planner using the whiteboard video, explaining about financial concepts, dollar cost average, whatever. And then you have real estate realtors explaining about how to buy properties, how to flip properties. And it just started to get copied by many different industries. And those who jump on this trend first made millions of dollars, okay? So there are many other trends that I can go on, okay? And this video will drag a long time, but I can promise you that there were many times that we saw what was working in another industry. And then we just simply took it for our clients in a separate industry and we just try it out. One last example will be the origin story example. Okay, so there was this period of time, a lot of marketers were very focused on creating origin stories, okay, or epiphany stories. And so we took that framework and we thought, hey, why not we can take that framework, record an interview video for some of our clients in different industry, in realtor, in the fitness industry, in weight loss, in the pain relief industry, and we started to implement that for these industries, okay? And it has never been done before in Singapore, but we know that it works for another industry, therefore there's a chance that it can work for a different industry in a different country, right? Because as human beings, right, if you're selling to different country, yes, the culture is different, you need localization, but in terms of psychology, as human beings, we're all the same. We all have the same emotions, we have the same fear, we have the same worries, the same problems, the same things that keep us up at night. So if it works for another industry in another country, it is likely going to work for my country and for my industry. So the last couple of years, how we have been innovating and how we have been staying ahead of our competitors, how we have been helping our clients generate very good results because of these two simple secrets. So in summary, first one is to model people in the same industry, but from a different country, okay? So if you're a realtor, model, find someone who's a realtor in the US, model what they're doing, okay? And this works for other industries as well. And then the second secret is don't just model people in the same industry, model someone from a different industry. Ask yourself what's working in another industry. What is a marketing angle that's working? What is an advertising angle that's working? What is maybe a certain style or theme that people are using to create videos or create ads? And if it works for the industry, it is very likely going to work for my industry. So I hope that this video has been of value for you so far. This is just a very short video. I recorded it with my iPhone, and I would highly appreciate if you give it a thumbs up as well as subscribe to my channel, because that will help to push our video out to more people, and that will help me to serve more people, and that will give me encouragement to record more videos like this. I also want to take this time to share with you guys our Salesbar software. So if you're thinking about creating a system or a funnel to generate higher quality leads or to capture more leads, we have a software called Salesbar. There's a white label version of high level. But the thing that we did differently was that we have one software called Sales Writer. It is a copywriting software that does the research about your customer before writing all the copywriting for you. And the other thing is we also have all the fill in the blank copy template built directly into our Salesbar platform. So if you are creating a funnel, we have a lot of proven funnel templates. For example, you're creating a webinar funnel or you're creating an application funnel, we already have these funnels built into your account, and you can just simply clone it out, and there's already fill in the blank copy that is in the funnel itself. So all you gotta do is just fill in the blank based on the framework that I just taught you. We have a fill in the blank copy that you can just use if you are our Salesbar user. So if you have gained value from this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, and remember to also comment in the comment section what's your biggest takeaway and any questions that you have. As my channel now is still small, I believe that one day it will grow bigger. As it's still small right now, I can answer every single comment and every single question. Okay, so people pay me money to ask questions about marketing, about how to market their product and services. This is a good time for you to actually put in the comment section and I will answer them. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.